Sorry.
Nice. They look very nice.
Good. I messed up before.
They look very nice.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
GPS and everything is working?
Yep.
Now, do you have to program that, or do they
No,
program?
they came out and did it. I haven't taken one for a test drive to just make sure the boundaries are good, but I will once it dries out a little bit.
Okay.
I think they look sharp. It's nice to have 80 that are going to be functional.
Absolutely.
They're all lithium batteries, so totally less maintenance. Should be good. They should be able to go around pretty effectively.
We have all the charging stuff?
Yeah, we had a little hiccup with chargers came in without handles, so we couldn't hang them from the ceiling, but we're overcoming.
Okay.
We'll be ready.
And the carts were okay last year, right, for when, like, the women had to go to the 18th tee and some of the tees where you have to cut across?
Yeah.
And they worked pretty well.
If you know of any spots where you feel like it's dinging you and it shouldn't be, just
all right. Well, I
can adjust it.
I just know because I'm just remembering what people have said to me because I never take a cart, so I don't know
that area can be funky over there, but I think we fixed it.
Okay, because I know that I
drive over there.
Okay.
But yeah, please, if you ever hear anything,
You got
either just redrawing the map. It's not very hard.
Okay.
Then I don't know if you all saw, I sent out a proposed new card with all the new keys. The CSGA, after talking to them about ratings and concern of having them to come out or not, they said they're scheduled to come out in 2025 to do a full rating where they'll play all the different tees with different levels of golfers and stuff like that. They were very hesitant to push that up. They have a calendar that they try to stick to. He said basically because it's just yardage primarily what we were changing, that they basically can just pump it into an algorithm and they spit out new ratings and new slope. For the proposed 5 tees, we would be going from 4 tees to 5 tees.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you guys want to stick with colors or
That was going to
go
be my question.
numerals. I will leave that strictly up to you all.
What is your feeling on that? I know that when Dave and I went away last year, the 2 or 3 courses that we played had the numeral.
Mm-hmm.
That is
the way that USGA is recommending people to go. I don't really have a strong opinion anywhere.
I saw numbers in Florida.
It's going to eventually happen everywhere. I don't.
But you don't have a preference.
I don't think that's my decision. You know what I mean?
No, but I would be interested to find out.
I would say I don't really feel strong. I like the numerals, but I think it's a little untraditional. I think if I were to add a color, I wouldn't even add a color. I would make it like the HSRTs or something like that. Or just something different.
I don't get worried about the red tees, to be honest with you.
I'm sorry?
I tend to get worried about red tees. And I don't know.
People don't play the red tees.
Yeah.
When they're red.
Yeah.
But that's why people that.
Yeah.
I can tell you, men have a problem playing the red tees. But their numbers, is that why they're moving to number? Absolutely. Yeah, so they're trying to make it more ability-based than
versus gender-based.
Gender-based, exactly.
Yeah,
it should be clubhead-based.
Right.
Yeah, more than
track them before you go out there.
There's a chart that I will be posting along with the new tees recommending the course.
Now, is this something?
It's new. It's pretty new, but it's starting to take over.
Are we doing that for this season, or is that?
That's up to you guys.
It is up to us.
But we have to buy them.
Yeah, what the numerals?
Yeah.
That's like
we still got about 10,000 old cards that I'd like to kind of weasel my way through. So they want to throw them out. So what we? No, that'll get us a month or two where we can think about it.
Are we ready for the 5T thing? I mean, are we
cards?
I know you got the cards.
Yeah, I want to get all the yardage on the tees. He'll give you an update on the tees.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he plans on those tees being playable.
Bob, when you go in now and will not leave anybody plays the course and they select their teams on Gin.
It hasn't been switched to the 5 yet.
And then it has the slope rating and stuff?
No, it hasn't.
Okay.
Because we haven't officially said.
So we have to agree with what they say? Is that how it works?
No, I mean, the tee's not open yet.
Right.
That's it.
So once the tee's open.
Then we can.
Oh, but we want to. When is it? April 20th?
But you can change it in the middle.
Right.
It's not like they're hard to pass.
I mean, my view is quickly, I would think we'd want to go to a member system. It just seems where the world is going, but we don't have to do it this year.
I mean,
What do you do if it's bad?
Right,
You don't
exactly.
do it this minute.
right, but I'm saying, but would you like us to have this in place for the majority of the season?
I think you have to do that.
But what I'm asking your
I think you
opinion
should at
as a
least,
softball.
if you use the card that has the right yardages on it, at least. I don't care if you're calling them red, blue, red.
Yeah, I mean, my personal opinion would also be going to the numerals. I think you're right. I think it's not gender-based. There aren't any preconceived notions about colors, which I didn't even realize. But yeah, that's very interesting.
Bob, this is Mike, if we go to numeric, are there 5 spots on the tee box on every hole?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
I went out there and mapped it all.
Yeah, because the distances, I mean.
So if you look at that card, 3 of those are the exact same as white, green, and red.
Right.
The options are still the same.
The right card.
Yeah, the new card. So, yeah.
What's new? Is 2 new? Or is 1 new?
One's more new. One's got 7 changes on it.
Oh,
Right.
it does, okay.
Because on the card we're using now, it doesn't reflect the 4th hole or the 6th hole.
Well, when I saw that back the last time, 2016, with that, what
Yeah,
the
that's
women
when
were
that card
playing
was,
back
yeah.
then, yeah.
And then it didn't reflect the new
And didn't
change on
reflect.
the black tee on 13.
Has the 10th always been a par 5 for,
Yeah.
Wednesday?
It was curious. He asked me
Par 5
if you want to dive into it. I was talking to the guy. He couldn't believe that we had odd handicap numbers for the men on the back. He said that's a very rare case, and the data and we have Golf Genius collecting data now.
Right.
So he was able to look at the data, and he said it is a choice, but he said I don't know why you would be odds on the back. And then we both thought that stuff maybe we wait till we do a full rating to.
Were they changed at all?
So it's very rare that odd numbers or handicap numbers on the backside. You see it only in the case where the back 9 is significantly harder than the front 9. So if you start looking at cards, it stood out to me.
Were any holes changed here? I mean,
No, we didn't mess with the handicap. But he proposed, he said, based on the data, that 10 should be the hardest hole in the back.
Yeah.
And that's
Even more so than
for the men.
14, okay, 10. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. That was the only one that he said, besides the odd and even thing, that stood out to him quickly looking at the data.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's
not that we have to follow a trend of other courses, but are there any other courses in this area that are numeric tees?
No, I haven't seen it in.
Like, are people going to be confused if they show up there?
I'm sure there'll be some questions.
But how many courses where we are in this area have the 5 sets of tees right now? I think we're going to be one of the first ones, right?
It's good.
So I think that's one. I mean, we're trendsetters. I think that's absolutely wonderful.
But it is something different. It is different for sure.
Yeah. With other options.
But if it's going to be different, it's going to be different no matter when we do it.
Yeah.
So, Peter, what do you think about rolling this out now?
Are we talking about the driving range new turf?
No.
Oh, wait. Real cover.
I was daydreaming a little bit. I'm sorry.
No, the numbers on the tees instead of colors.
Like rolling that out now.
Well, I guess we
No, we don't have that.
Yeah,
They're not ready.
No, they're not ready.
Colors or something. What do you just put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number out there? I'm not.
We can table this till.
You know, I mean, we also kind of need to think about how we're going to present it.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a?
Yeah, that's fair.
Right. Yeah.
I have a great shirt. I got it.
You got.
I'm sure you're.
I've seen places that it takes change is hard. It takes education.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have a field trip.
I'm excited though. You know, Bob and Peter, thank you for all the work you've done with this.
Before we tease again.
This is Mike. If I could make a comment, I think the sooner we do it, the better. I mean, it's the way we're going to go long term. Why not get it done? The main question I have is whether the new forward tees will be ready for five numeric tee boxes. But if we are and we're ready to go, let's get on with it. I don't know where delaying benefits us.
Be better in the role somehow. But
What's the opening day for women? Remember, it's April something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's right around there.
Yeah.
It's like a month from
It's
today.
the same as Mike's. It's the same week as Mike's.
Mike, what day is your opening day?
Our first league day is the 5th of April.
That's not their official. What's your opening scramble is the 12th?
But our official opening is the 26th of April.
Oh, wow, okay.
That's our shotgun kickoff and opening meeting and all that.
Yeah, they do. They do. I went and searched them out. Yeah.
Do we have 5 colors?
We have 4 right now.
We would just have a 5th color.
Well, we will, but that
But if
you
we're
can
gonna
make it
go-
the HSRT.
If we're gonna go to numbers, let's just go to numbers, let's not even do that, yeah.
That I know, but we could have a 5th
I mean,
color.
I kind of agree with Mike. I mean, I wouldn't mind.
So how about we do this? Me and Pete try to find numerical things before next meeting and see.
Yeah, give us examples.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And then we can budget until, we get it done by May. I think that the tees
You
will
have
be
to order,
done.
you have to order new cards though.
Well, so I got the old cards and I got the
Either way.
proof already done. So it's just like, she told me they turn them over in 2 weeks at the most. So.
Would there be
That's
a
just
problem
one thing.
if we switch it right in the middle, or it won't be a problem when league play has started to switch it?
No, because the tee, so your rating is a little bit based on the tee you're playing.
Right. So the
it'll
team-
travel with you, whatever tee you play.
Okay.
So
So even if you say, okay, I am playing the red, and then it's going to go to
it's
one.
going
or
to be the
two,
old
whatever.
red rating.
Right.
And then when we go to the new 1, 2, 3,
You
depending
just
on
do
what
that,
you play.
okay. And then have the leagues, will they have a chance to talk about doing a combination?
That's totally up to them.
Okay, so then, okay. That does not have to be reflected on the scorecard?
So he told me, I asked the same question because some people have asked me that. So if the league comes to me and they says, we want to make combo tees on, we want it to be 1 be a white tee, 2 be a black tee, and so on.
Or
and so
numerical or
forth.
whatever.
He can pop it in his algorithm,
Okay,
add those yardages, and it'll spit out. a
Right
rating
away
and
then.
everything, so.
okay.
That's a good idea. Lots of people are doing that combo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some leagues will do that, like again, I think we discussed this, Longshore does it for the women.
I think it's
And there's a couple, yeah, okay. All right. Again, thank you both for all the work you put in for doing that.
Okay, so for next meeting, I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
So for next meeting, you'll come back with the, both one, what we'll look at, okay. Good.
That's all I have.
So,
Anthony's not here, so I don't, then,
he didn't give me anything, no.
no, he didn't give me anything. Peter,
I'm just a number guy.
superintendent's report?
Yeah, well, obviously the big question is when we're opening. When the storm is rolling in today, Bob and I have been talking about it, and now like I said, I always shoot for St. Patty's Day, but I think it's I really want to get out and get the greens all top dressed and airified before we open. So we're looking at the end of next week right now, weather pending, of course. I don't know what's all these storms that are rolling across the country. I don't know what's going to happen. We could get a blizzard in April for all I know. But right now we were shooting around the next Thursday or next Friday to do an open. My guys have been working hard. Well, the 23rd or 24th.
Yeah.
Okay,
How do you typically alert,
So as soon as the tee sheet opens, they send the town sends a blast to anyone that has.
With all the things I got out there, I just want to get those things done and out of the way because once you open and the golfers start, it's tough to get all that stuff done. So I'd like to get the tees all done, get the sod ordered up, get the greens airified, top dressed, and with looking at next week to open up. Like I said, again, weather pending. I don't know what next week has in store for us.
Well, let's just say the weather is good, can those new tees be ready to go with new grass? Probably not.
I got to check with Sod Farms. They were cutting, then they stopped cutting because they got up north. They're getting snow, so it all depends on when I can get the sod on those teeth to get them ready to rumble. Because after we get the sod down, you're gonna have to let them sit for a little while to let the grass catch, and then so we're probably looking at the end of April, middle to end of April, to get the forward tees going. That's my guess.
Yeah, that's correct.
So just like before, you'll just put temporary tees next to the tee, right?
Yeah, we can do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
We're just playing over. So
Yeah.
I know I want to get you forward too. But.
Yeah. Okay.
So other than that,
Okay. Any other work that's being done up there? Sorry.
Well,
I interrupted.
Today we're cutting up the 3 of the trees that got knocked over in the last storm that came through, and now they're calling for high wind tonight. So I'm looking to get at that cart path on 16, but the weather has set us back quite a bit. Trying to get stuff out there to get going on that and get the tree work done out there. So that's one of the priorities I'm looking for, to get that cart path and some tree work done on 16. But again, the forward tees and some other, we did a lot of tree work, done a lot of work out there, and just getting ready for the course to have a great season.
Peter, are we putting together a scope of work on the drainage on the 7th hole to go out for bid?
Not as of yet. That's down the road a little bit. We've got to wait till July. When we get the new budget starts around July, because right now the money for doing that right now is not there. The money for doing the cart path on 16 and do some tree work on 16 and some other tree work is there, but to do the drainage, the money is not there right now.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything on the range? We get a new ball.
Yeah, well, I don't know, Bob, you want to speak to all the money's been approved?
I'll take it to you. New ball machine is here.
Good.
New mats ordered.
Yeah.
Ready to go. The Board of Finance approved the first phase.
Oh, excellent.
Which is really exciting.
Great.
So we're working on what that will be.
What's the scope of that? We don't know quite yet.
I don't want to talk in a term, but basically, how I see first phase, if we get what we want, is covered stalls with 20 top tracers, which is the TV, laser guided.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's still a little bit of money beyond that too. And so they approved I think it's $275,000. The whole thing was originally for $550, and they asked us to cut it in half.
Got it.
So
and that's new netting also, right?
We got to fix a little bit of the netting.
Okay.
But to me, I think getting that structure, if we can get that done, that would be incredible to me.
That would be wonderful.
I am surprised it's gotten as far as it has, but I'm very hopeful. And, the numbers looks like I had the top tracer and the company that brings in the covered tees. They're unique. They're called single source. There's no one else that really does it. So the pricing looked like it was in the parameters, but we're still working through contract kind of thing.
Okay.
But my concern is even if that goes perfectly,
what are we doing?
the money doesn't come available until July.
Right.
So when is that actually going to happen?
And then we have to wait our turn if they're the only company that does it.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
What's cool about the company is that they build it modularly.
Oh.
They only lose a week.
Really?
But it's very exciting. If we can get done, I think it'll be a really nice thing. And then hopefully we can do a short game area with them. Phase 2.
That's phase 2, yeah.
So that somehow. This one, the companies had really good return on investment information where they've seen ranges revenue skyrocket when they put this stuff in.
Oh, sure will.
So the Board of Finance, I think they will go on. The next cell is going to be a little hard.
Speaking of the short game area, Peter, any Any decision, were you able to look at the green when we were talking about last month as far as being able to expand it or put a chipping area in? The practice green?
We were looking at it's going to take some extra work. The problem is we have a big tulip tree there that's kind of, I mean, I don't know how much more room we're going to get to the asphalt unless we bring a lot of fill in and we go towards the third green or we looked at it.
We have to go back toward the parking lot, like right at an angle.
Yes,
and I get there's so many things to do on the course, that's not a priority. But I think because of all, you know, the number of people that are trying to like putt and chip around there, it's astronomical. I mean, if it works, that would be absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, we're Bob and I were looking at that. We're just trying to figure out how to go about it because I mean, you get the kids' camps down there, and they're doing all their practicing down there, and then it's just it's a free for all down there. So it's yeah, I understand. I'm looking, like I said, the short game area would be nice up top, but we still need a putting green big enough down by the clubhouse to satisfy everybody. But
would it
not
be
much
a
area.
horrible thing? Would it be an awful thing to take down that huge tree? You get a lot more sunlight on that whole area.
There's never been a tree I met that I didn't want to take down, but I don't. We'll take a look at it when it gets.
To make it efficient, we have to really a lot of building.
Yeah,
I understand your change. Any place we can get a little wedge area going would be good.
Or even just to put some more holes just for people. I mean, I would love to have like a little wedge area there, but I mean, just to get some more holes there for people to putt too, because it just gets so crowded.
It does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because then you got people with wedges, and then that turns into danger. Because I know my wedges are not exactly accurate, so I don't want to be taking people out.
Okay. Well, that's something that we can still look at, though, right? As we go forward.
Will the driving range open at the same time as the course?
Yeah, it's pretty wet up there right now. I was up there today. It happens quick. It drains pretty good. We just need some good wind.
So I'm guessing we have a dilemma there on the mats versus the new mats, right?
Oh, you're picking up on a very intuitive thing.
Yeah.
So, because that's the question. Do we put it down now?
Right.
So I asked the guy, Pete and I asked the guy, can you put it down and bring it back up? And he was like, right. To me, it's not, in the grand picture of dollars we're spending, it's not that much money. And I'm fearful that if we don't put the mats down now, we're going to go all the way. By the time that range project really gets done, I mean, what's realistic? September? Yeah. I mean, if things go great, so the people are going to have to suffer through those mats another year. Whole season.
And people are already leaving.
And it's terrible. I'm more worried about someone getting hurt.
Yeah.
It's totally down to it's down to the
right.
Yeah.
It's something that
is that something that's our decision?
Yeah, who decides that?
I think it needs to be. We've been people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what that budget.
I agree. Let's try to
numbers work
to approve that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's say they didn't go with that range money. He took that operational budget. You know, so it's not a line number.
Right.
That range is busy. I see you there a lot.
Yeah, it needs.
It does need it.
Yeah, it does.
It really, to me, it's 15,000 installed.
So would we spend that again and then come
We'd
back?
have to.
Yeah, but you'd miss the whole summer if we don't do it, right?
Well, I think that's a good point. We would probably recoup that money just with people coming back to us.
Yeah.
The range revenue went down about 40,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It went down 40,000.
Yeah.
And nothing changed besides.
Wheeler got better mats.
Right.
What's up with the new ball machines? Is the same?
So this is automated now, that we will not have a human collecting handing out tokens anymore.
Okay.
That's the big change there.
Okay.
And to me, the range doesn't have to close now.
That was yeah.
And Bob, didn't we say the mats would be reusable into the new configuration? So if we put them down now, we're ahead of the game.
trip, Mike, it's like, that's what
That's the issue, Mike, is whether it doesn't sound like they are.
Oh, wow.
That's what we're trying to figure out. It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Sure is. Yeah, that would be a waste of money to put them down and then only get a year's use out of them.
But if you compare
Well, we get a
what you're
use
gonna
of
lose though revenue-wise,
And you're saying best case scenario September. It could be,
In my opinion.
it could be into
Yeah.
next year. It should be longer than a year.
right?
We don't know.
And, and I think we do need, as a town to offer the people who come play golf at Smith, usable place to practice, right? I mean, that's our responsibility.
Is there another alternative?
Just
Can
to
we
not-
buy-
No.
Buy new, whatever?
I mean, I can explore options of throwing over, but
Right.
I just think it becomes more of a headache than it's worth.
Yeah.
I personally think if you put those mats in, you'll get that revenue back.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Bob.
It definitely was the number one complaint that I fielded in my 2 years.
Really?
And they've only gotten worse.
Yes.
I honestly feel that there has.
Yeah, some of those rips.
There's divots out of them.
Yeah.
You get an inexperienced player that doesn't look at what they're doing and blow the wrists out.
All right.
But we
Well,
can't
Anthony with
make a decision
Let's
on
bring
that.
that up with
Right,
Anthony.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if you did half of them, you'd get a bunch of business back. I would think.
But I
With
think
one
if you're gonna
continuous strip, it's not like
yeah.
Right, you either do it all or you.
they're not individual mats.
I'm sorry, I wanted to go back on the new construction. You said it was be 20 spots?
20 stalls.
How many do we have now?
20 stalls.
Really? Okay.
We do a double decker?
We looked into it.
Yeah.
So it's a good point. The reason you would do, in my opinion, you do a double decker if you planned on keeping your range open all year.
Yeah.
Or in inclement weather.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can keep your range open all year, pretty much, is you have to enclose it.
Right.
So, and AstroTurf, if you want to do it right, you got to AstroTurf right, so you can get the balls up. We
Right.
priced that out at 3.5.
So you decided not to go forward.
Well, and I personally don't think that where that place is located, that it'll become that destination for people. And there's no food and beverage attached. And what I see happening in that world of driving ranges is that winter driving range is getting pounded because of simulation golf.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that's really going now to hit balls in the winter, that's a hardcore guy. That's a very small population.
Right.
It's a lot easier to go inside and have a couple beers and hit in the simulator.
Yeah.
So I think long term, I don't see those ranges
I agree.
really being a viable option.
Yeah.
I agree.
Speaking of simulators.
I don't know where we're at. I know it went out to bid.
I mean, only Anthony probably knows.
Yeah.
That's another question.
Okay.
But that brings you to lockers.
Right.
Yeah, because are we
What are we
going to
gonna
sell them or not?
That's
another,
I got
I
it.
guess now we know why Anthony comes to the
Yeah, we need them.
We really need Anthony.
He's got a lot to answer for.
Well,
I think the lockers.
didn't we figure out that the lockers were not going to be used for the price that
Well, we
they?
sold 12 last
Yeah,
But he's saying, like, why did?
Right now, we don't-
Sell them.
we're not going to sell them because we thought the simulators were.
Right.
Well, we could still sell.
Yeah.
That's me.
Or-
Can we send them to Penfield?
Oh my God.
No one answered that.
So the question is, because that usually goes on the website about now, right?
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Well, I guess we need an update from Anthony on the simulator before.
Three
we make
things.
the decision.
Yeah. Making a list for Anthony, correct?
Uh-huh. Okay. I'll probably see him in a little while.
Okay.
But I think that we're doing a lot of good things.
Yeah,
I think
I agree.
it's great.
Good. Peter, anything else?
No, everything's positive, and I'm looking forward to warmer weather and golf season's taking off.
Okay. Thank you. Moving on. Is there a Greens Committee report? Anything?
Nope.
Anybody watch around the back? out of there.
I didn't walk around since the last time.
No. R3, I'm sure there's a lot there.
Same.
Okay. I don't think there's any old business that we need to. Anything there? I don't think so. I was there last week. Okay, we went through course rating. Well, I guess, do we have to make an approval of the scorecards?
I think we were gonna wait to see when the teams are gonna be ready.
Yeah. Okay, we'll put that off for next time we approve. We'll do that next week.
It's just something to think about.
Yeah. I mean, again, I agree with Mike that if we can use them, if there's a chance we can use them, let's use them, let's do it.
For sure. Even if we have to. How long would it take to get whatever we're gonna put up there? It can't be, I wouldn't expect that long, right? Yeah.
Okay.
No emails came through, I don't think, Crew?
No.
Public comment? Gentlemen?
Brian Daly, 195 First Street. Question for Anthony. Old business, I guess, could be old business from last month. Just checking in on the sound system at OPEC.
Oh, it
was there
for the event?
Talked to one of the managers. He didn't hear us coming around. So check on that.
Did you guys discuss that with?
We discussed that last month, and Anthony was gonna check into it. Right.
We're gonna call the manufacturer, right?
Yeah,
Right.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we need to get an update from Anthony on that.
Is that for the event, like the whole microphone thing?
Yeah, there's a lot of, they're speaking back microphone, but even so, like the system doesn't seem powerful enough for the big rooms.
Yeah.
And the speakers that are in the bar area are not connected to the microphone. So
Right.
kind of there. And last few years, it gets, obviously loud by the bar. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's a small building and people are talking and
Yeah.
stuff. So, and then that just gets kind of pushed out that it's a big room and it's just overpowering.
Right.
And, right. If everyone's quiet, it's like a church. Yeah, you can get away with it. As soon as you get some ambient noise, it just.
Okay. We'll follow up on that.
Yeah, comment, like Don DiMartino, 84 Sunset Circle. We were looking at, or at least I was looking at, expanding the putting green, like we talked at last meeting. And it looks to me like the best space you can find is going towards the cart path and put into that hill. It's about 30 feet from the edge of the existing green to the existing path by the clubhouse. I think if you went out there and looked, it's only about 2 foot of pitch. You probably could cut right into the hill, leave a sharper slope to the cart path, and maybe think about putting a tree well around the tulip tree if you wanted to encompass that. But there's not that much room.
That's right.
Really, the most obvious space was from the end of the green towards the clubhouse. And if Peter or Bob.
No, I think you could make that putting green. I don't think it'd be wedging area.
Yeah, pitching is.
Because that green runs over it.
Yeah.
Kicking their balls into the hazard.
Right.
But if we can even get
More holes.
more holes, yeah.
I see what you mean. You can almost make it a
Yeah,
two-tier.
there's room to get another 20, 25 feet.
Why don't we? I'm trying to think about moving forward on that. You and Pete want to take a look at that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think expanding it
Expand.
makes sense. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of doing it.
Right. There's a lot on the list.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that could be probably a
I know,
fall
I mean-
situation.
Yeah.
It's almost something that
Off-season.
I would recommend contracting it out. You gotta be pretty good. Dig that.
Yeah.
It's not simple work. I don't think.
But then we're not talking about operational budget anymore.
No.
Yeah, see, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, if it's something we could do in-house, obviously that would be a lot better.
And Pete could probably do it. I just don't. I think it's more difficult than
Okay. Well, I will defer to you because I don't know.
All right, I'll talk to Keith and, who knows what, if we need approvals to do that sort of thing, I don't know, probably not, but. We'll put that on the
Okay.
agenda to do. I think we all agree that it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And get it done. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody have anything? No?
I vote, motion.
No, I'll motion.
What?
I
To
know-
adjourn.
I'll motion to adjourn.
I will second it.
Where's my first name?
Good job.
Oh.
All in favor?
Yep.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Okay.
All right, we're done.
All right.